Okay, I wanted to share some progress that I've made on the tool changer. Um, as you can see, we got a freshly booted printer here. And here's my config. I condensed everything to the printer config and the clipper tool changer stuff. It's easier for me that way. Um, but here's what I wanted to share. So I've got this offset save file. Currently, everything is empty. So fresh build. Okay. The only requirements right now are that the your end stops are working, your docking positions are set properly. Um, Using the nudge, which is um, in this back corner over here, using nudge as the Z and stop, and the Maxwell probe on T0 for bed probing. And I just want to show you what it can do right now. Start off with the home. Right, now I have to take out a tool to QGL, and I am running the QGL very slowly. I found right now that if I try to run it quickly, then the probing isn't accurate. So I'm going to QGL and then pause this and come back when it's done. Okay, the QGL is completed. I just rehomed Z after that, as you can see. Now, here's what I want to show you. Since I have nudge as my Z probe, I don't have to worry about putting the probe above the tool head above the probe. So I can run this macro, which is TC get probe position. Of course. My Wi-Fi is not the greatest right now. So, as you can see, what this is doing is just grabbing the probe position based on T0. Give that a minute to finish. Okay, so that's done, and we can see that the nudge coordinates are saved here. Now, I don't know why Clipper does this sometimes, but it'll add like a million zeros after what you really want. It shouldn't be an issue. However, once it's got that, you only really have to run it once unless you change your nudge position, because in this save file now we've got the X, Y, and Z coordinates. What I do is I add 3 millimeters to the Z, because otherwise it's right at the very activation of nudge, so I just add 3 millimeters so that the tool is just above it. So now what we can do is we've honed QGL, we have our nudge position, but now we need to find our offsets. So we hit this, TC find tool offsets, and what that'll do is that'll warm up both tool heads to 150C. Ideally, if you're doing this in a heated chamber, you're going to want to heat soak it first for a bit, just to let everything even out. And it'll give you a lot, like the more consistent you are with how you nudge, do your nudge probing and heating your chamber and things like that, the more consistent your offsets are going to be. It's just a matter of consistency. So T0 has reached the 150 and it's getting a baseline measurement like it should. Should all be familiar with this, I think. And this is going to go through here. Take care of that. I know this is going to take a little bit, and it's probably boring as hell, but I'm really excited about what happens at the end. And yes, it is a little chilly in my house right now. I don't know why the heater's not going like it should. Okay, so let's take a look at the console real quick. So I found the tool offsets. I round them to 3 decimal places. That's all that the G code spits over is 3 decimal places. So I don't really see a need for anything more. It's just extra memory usage. Anyway, so the tool offset. Normally you would take these numbers and you would plug them into your toolboard files or toolhead files, whichever you're using. So I've got X 0.429, Y 0.675, and Z minus 0.01. So now what I have here, I'll show you this real quick. So it's just naming convention. This is just how I do things. But I've got all of these set to 0 for T0 and T1. Let me show you T1 just so. And I have not restarted the printer since we began this. So these are 0 as well, right here. Okay. Now, if I look at this offset file, I have values in the T1 offset now. So currently T0 is selected. And our toolhead position at the top and our G code position is on the bottom here, right? Let's make this an even number so everything's nice and even there. Now I go to T1. We're still in the same G code position, but all of our offsets are now applied. The Z offset is reading correctly. Everything is applied. So now, switch back to C0. We're printing. We found we need a Z offset adjustment, so we adjust our Z offset. Okay. And then our tools changed, it's going to carry over that offset between tool changes. So you can now run TC fine tool offsets in your print start to get the current offsets in case they've adjusted or changed. And if you find you need to tweak your Z offset to get your first layer done, that will carry over to both tool heads. So I was playing around with that. I was pretty excited about it. And I really wanted to share. So thanks.